We have some major Boston Red Sox updates, including significant roster moves that were just made in the last few hours. I'm here to break down all of the moves, as there were a few of them, and how they need to make an immediate impact for this Boston Red Sox organization going into one of the most daunting tests of the entire season in New York. We'll break down all of that on this episode of Red Sox Digest, but first, please do remember to scroll down and click that subscribe button if you're a part of the percentage watching this video not currently subscribed to the channel. We do appreciate all the love and support, so thank you guys, but help us hit our new goal of 5,000 subscribers. We are so close, so again, thank you guys, but now let's get to it and break down the new roster moves for the Boston Red Sox and how and why they need to be significant and early and often at that. Now, the Boston Red Sox are going into a 4-game series against the in-division rival New York Yankees. And before we even get to the actual moves that the Red Sox made in the sense of the names that they either brought up or then demoted, this is going to really take the entire cake. And what do I mean by that? Well, these moves were made because the Red Sox have to be good in this series. And the reason being is because of how the playoff structure is currently sitting in the AL. Obviously, the Seattle Mariners just continue to lose, which is great for the Red Sox. Also, they're just getting unlucky. They're facing up against a scorching hot Phillies team, and they've just gotten beat up day after day by that team. But again, the Red Sox are benefiting from it. They obviously dropped 2 games to the Baltimore Orioles they had no business losing to, and because of that, the Yankees are now getting scorching hot because Aaron Judge has now returned and the power to the house has been plugged in. Like, that is the best way to explain it. That dude comes back, he's all right, he's working his way back to MLB speed, and then boom, he makes one swing and he hits a ball at 9,000 feet. And the entire New York Yankee roster realizes, holy shit, that's how you swing a bat. I forgot. You were gone. I forgot how to do that. We were just horrible. But you returned, and now we put our glasses back on. We can actually see what's going on. So the Yankees, the whole reason of me saying that, the Yankees really just remembered how to play baseball again in a very crucial time period, as now they walk into a 4-game series against an in-division rival in the Boston Red Sox, and it needs no introduction. We know what this rivalry means, not only right now in the current playoff seeding, but for the history of baseball, for the history of the Red Sox, for the history of the New York Yankees. These are never just walkthroughs. These are never just another series. No, this is always meaningful, way more than it even should be. If neither team was competitive, it would still be ultra competitive because these teams do not like each other. These organizations do not like each other. The fan bases don't like each other, and that's the beauty of it. And that means this series is going to mean even more than what it actually means in the sense of the standings, and it couldn't mean much any much more because of where these teams are sitting and how the overall history of it. So, to the moves that need to make a significant difference going into this major series for the Red Sox. The Red Sox have designated Abraham Toro for assignment. According to a source, David Hamilton will be the corresponding recall to the major leagues. So, Abraham Toro is on the way out of Boston, and yes, he has served a good purpose in Boston, playing first as well as third, being a switch hitter, being able to hit from both sides of the plate, and also at first base, he's been pretty good. He hasn't been great by any means, but the ability to pick baseballs out of the dirt from both Story, Bregman, or even Meyer has been really beneficial. But at the plate, over the last 30 days plus, he has been non-existent, and it has not been fun to watch as a fan of the Boston Red Sox and someone that is going to support anyone that puts on a Red Sox jersey. Toro has made it very hard to vouch and justify him staying on the major league level. And obviously the Red Sox have cut ties. Over the last 7 games, he's batting 125. Over the last 15, he's batting 125. And over his last 30 games, which is just under 100 ABs and 99 ABs, he's batting 152. And if you're wondering what the OBP is looking like, is he not hitting for average, but he's getting on base via walk and getting hit by pitch? It's not much better either. 120 OBP over the last 7, 136 over his last 15, and 202 over his last 30 games. Overall, not getting the job done in Boston at first base for Abraham Toro, so he is relieved of his duties, and it makes a lot of sense. Nathaniel Lowe was just brought in by the Red Sox. He hit that 2-run shot to tie the game against the Baltimore Orioles, and it seems like he may be getting closer and closer to being an everyday first baseman for this Boston Red Sox organization, which I don't have a problem with. The offensive output that we may see from Lowe should really carry this entire situation because of the offensive output we should see from him, batting somewhere in the middle of this Boston Red Sox lineup where he can obviously offer a bunch of power at the plate and really cause matchup problems for opposing teams when it comes to having that left-handed power bat in the middle of that lineup ready to spark plug any of these games with one swing of the bat. So Hamilton's called up. Toro is sent down. It's good to see Hamilton brought back up. More of a utility guy defensively with more of a pinch runner type of sense on the offensive side of things. Yes, he can give you good at-bats. He can work counts, but he's not going to hit for a high average. We all know he's not going to hit for a whole lot of pop, if any. But the biggest substantial piece that Hamilton is going to bring to this team is the ability to move around the base paths. Whether or not he's starting at a specific position or just used as a pinch runner, we will wait and see it. It will probably come down to the situational really context of everything, but leave it to be that Hamilton's going to find himself pinch running, whether it's in extra innings starting on second base or again just pinch running for someone like Nathaniel Lowe or someone else that they have a platoon option at their defensive position to allow them to put a lot of speed on base and allow David Hamilton to move around the base paths without any base hits being given up, resulting in getting in scoring position for this Red Sox team without any hits needed. As we all know, that's going to be greatly required after the last two games and the inability to score runners in scoring position against the Baltimore Orioles, which just is nauseating to think about because of how bad the Red Sox actually were. Now, that's not the only set of moves the Red Sox made in sending down Toro and bringing up David Hamilton. They also brought up a pitcher. Now, it wasn't any of the names we have talked about on this channel in the last few days, but it's a good one. Richard Fitts is replacing Isaiah Campbell in the bullpen for the Boston Red Sox, which is a great thing. Obviously, Campbell did not get a lot of really reps or runs at the major league level, but in the reps he did get, he wasn't great. In that series against the Miami Marlins, the mercenary Marlins, he pitched 2/3 of an inning. He gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, didn't strike out any, didn't walk any. He was just giving up a lot of hard hit contact on 17 pitches, which he threw 13 for strikes. It resulted in giving up a lot of hard hit baseballs and a lot of runs at that. No, he didn't give up any home runs, but he did give up extra base hits, and it did result in runs for the Marlins in a game the Red Sox were just simply trying to put away. He wasn't in a save situation because of the lead that the Red Sox did maintain, but soon after that, not being able to finish that inning, it resulted in Campbell not really getting many other opportunities, resulting in Richard Fitts being called up to take his spot. Now, do I believe this is the only pitcher we will see get called up to the major leagues in the coming month? No, I think there's going to be another move made. Obviously, Walker Buehler is still in the starting rotation for the Red Sox, so that could be something the Red Sox look to alter. Obviously, Fitts is going to be pitching out of the bullpen, so Buehler not going to the bullpen yet, not being DFA'd yet, not being sent down to the minor leagues yet, but it's something that we could see if Buehler does get another opportunity and he does not live up to expectations. Expect the Red Sox to make another significant roster move, bringing another quality arm down or up from AAA and moving Buehler either to the bullpen or just moving him to AAA or again DFAing him entirely. Now, Fitts in the major leagues this season has been all right. He wasn't great going out to perform with it just under a 5 ERA in 16 games. 10 games started, 10 games played, starting all of them. Down the minor leagues, he was a bit better, posting a 3.6 ERA in 7 games played. Overall, he's been better down the minor leagues. By no means is he looking like an ace, but coming out of the bullpen, we know what he maintains in the mid to high velocities with the fastball, 96 to 98, as well as the slider that reaches 88 miles per hour. That looks really, really good. He has a good pitch mix. He has great breaking stuff. And being as young as he is and with the experience that he has up to this point, I could see him being used in low leverage, mid leverage situations for this Red Sox bullpen, getting them through some quality innings, collecting more than one at a time if need be, because it's someone that has been used as a starter in the past and we know that can collect innings if is required to. Overall, I like this move by the Red Sox. It's not my favorite move by any means, but again, I think they did get better with this move, bringing up someone like David Hamilton, putting Nathaniel Lowe at first base full time, taking away Toro, adding speed, adding everyday power, and then bringing in Richard Fitz for someone in Campbell who simply did not live up to expectations. And again, Fitz has been a starter for the majority of his career, so if he's used in relief and it's one of those games where they have to go to the bullpen early, I could see Fitz collecting 2, 3, maybe even 4 innings of play if he goes out there and performs at a high level, which we know he absolutely can based off his best performances over the last year or two on the major league level for this Red Sox team. Let me know down below your overall thoughts and opinions on these roster moves for the Boston Red Sox as we walk into a 4-game series against the in-division rival New York Yankees. And overall, what are your opinions going into the series? The Red Sox need to go out there and win at least 2 of them to remain competitive with the Yankees in this division as they hold a 1.5 game lead over the Boston Red Sox. It's really 2 games, but if we win 2 of these, the first 2 games against the Yankees, this whole entire AL East, or the whole entire AL, is going to look drastically different as the Astros have to continue to win because, again, they are just outside of the Yankees, literally tied in record, basically. I know there's 1 difference in wins and losses in the sense of the Yankees have 1 less loss than the Astros. If the Red Sox can go out there and they can win 2, if not 3, if not more games in this series against the New York Yankees in New York, look for the Red Sox to possibly find themselves back in the tops of this AL race and possibly find themselves in the 3rd spot in this entire race. I think they have a good chance to do it. Let me know down below your overall expectations for this series, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Red Sox Digest.